Yo, what is going on, YouTube? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in today, man. Today we're checking out some more Cat Stevens, YUSUF with Morning Has Broken. All right, so let's go ahead and hit play. Check this one out. All right, appreciate you guys putting me onto this one. I pulled this one directly from the comment sections of one of my previous videos from Mr. YUSUF Cat Stevens. So thank you guys for putting me onto that one. Let's go ahead and dive in and see what this one is. Morning Has Broken. Before I hit play, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the description, man. Maybe buy some of that merchandise we got on the channel now. I'd greatly appreciate that. Let's dive in and see what's happening. Lively start.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world.
That is rich. Them keys are rich.
Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the red garden, sprung in completeness where his feet had.
My God, it's giving me chills, dude.
Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world.
Holy cow, dude. I almost cried just to, I almost cried just to that piano. That's interesting because normally I'm crying if I'm crying, normally it's to singing or lyrics, but there was an exception, I think, and there are exceptions, but man, that piano almost brought tears to my eyes. I'm like, my God, is that such a beautiful, beautiful sound. The song itself from Mr. Cat Stevens sounds very religious, embedded in religion. First morning, praying, so you know, that's the morning that we're talking about. Morning has broken, I guess, the dawn of a new another opportunity, a new chance to kind of relive, to rebirth, to that's the way I was taking the song. You know, drop the baggage, drop the bad things, and live again, and be better and reborn. Morning has broken, right? Another morning has broken for us, another opportunity to step in and be better, is the way that I was taking this one. But I gotta tell you, man, that piano gave me chills, and that piano almost made me cry. It was so beautiful, dude. I see why continuously, and I love this channel because we get to pull in these instruments that I don't get in my life nearly enough, and piano is one of those, and it just shows the beauty that this sound can produce, man, and really just make you feel a certain way. And man, I was going into a shell of something right there, man. I was feeling different just hearing those keys be played. It really put me in a mood, a great mood, but at the same time a reflective mood, and almost brought to tears. So that was beautiful, beautiful piano playing. Shout out to this All Morning Has Broken. Let's learn a little bit more about this one. All right, guys, so we got Morning Has Broken. This is actually a very old hymn, I guess, a Christian hymn, not one I'm familiar with right here. You got 1899 is when this Christian hymn was composed by Martin Shaw. Okay, it was first published in 1931. It has words by English author Eleanor Fairjean. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, and was inspired by the village of East Sussex. Okay, goes on to say that Morning Has Broken was done by Cat Stevens in 1972, considered folk pop. On this one, the songwriters is Cat Stevens, of course the lyrics is Eleanor. Music, you got traditional music, Rick Wakeman. Nah, don't tell me. Is that Rick Wakeman on this also? Cat Stevens recording with piano arranged by and performed by Rick Wakeman. Dude, Rick is the most real deal, dude. I'm seeing Rick with David Bowie, with Yes, with other artists, and right here with Cat Stevens, practically moving me to tears with that beautiful, beautiful arrangement, man. Just geez, dude, that's powerful, man. So it says, when shaping Morning Has Broken for recording, Stevens started with a hymn which took around 45 seconds to sing in its basic form. Producer Paul Samuel Smith told him he could never put something like that on an album, and that it had to be at least 3 minutes. Though an acoustic demo of an early Stevens version lasts almost 3 minutes prior to the actual recording, Stevens heard Wakeman play something in the recording booth. It was a rough sketch of what would later become Catherine Howard. Stevens told Wakeman that he liked it and wanted something similar as the opening section, the closing section, and if possible, a middle section as well. Wakeman told Stevens he could not, as it was his piece destined for a solo album, but Stevens persuaded him to adapt his composition. That's awesome. In 2000, Wakeman released an instrumental version of Morning Has Broken on an album of the same title. The same year, he gave an interview on BBC Radio 5 Live in which he said he had agreed to perform on Cat Stevens' track for €10 and was shattered that he was omitted from the credits. Added that he never received the money either. Dude, are you? That is seriously rough. That is seriously rough, because if I'm listening to this, that piano is so touching on this song. It really was so touching. Like I said, gave me chills, almost brought me to tears. Man, it makes me wonder, did these guys ever talk? It says, on his return to performance as YUSUF Islam, Stevens paid Wakeman and apologized for the original non-payment, which he said arose from confusion and misunderstanding by the record label. On a documentary aired on British television, Wakeman stated that he felt Stevens' version of Morning Has Broken was a very beautiful piece of music that had brought people closer to religious truth, for which he expressed satisfaction in having contributed. Wakeman included a 3-minute 42 version on his 2017 album of piano arrangements. Okay, so it's good to see they cleared things up, and I know record labels, I could believe Cat Stevens when he's saying, hey, it was record labels really maybe played a big part in how that all turned out. I can believe that. We know record labels, they're not very truthful, they're not very honorable. In fact, they just really are lame to have to work with. Even on this channel, I could believe there's so many artists who would love us to check out their music and react to it, but it's the record labels and the record holdings that really shut down people reacting to listen to music. And we know all the terrible stories around record labels. So it's good to see that YUSUF came back and paid Wakeman for that, and Wakeman killed this, man. It was awesome. It was beautiful sounding. So appreciate you guys for tuning in here. Hopefully y'all enjoyed rocking out with me, Mr. YUSUF and Mr. Rick Wakeman on this one with a hymn that goes back through time. All right, so really crazy to see that. Really cool to see that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the description. Consider becoming a member on my YouTube Patreon. As little as $3, all it takes. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace.